me power. You've given me authority. Jesus. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Say when the enemy comes at me like a flood, and thought I'd lose hope to win the joy and give up. Your spirit reminded me of my first love, the power you gave me through your blood. You clothed me with righteousness and made me victorious. A heart of thanksgiving, I must declare you are glorious. Bless me with the power to tread upon scorpion. I'm already a winner by your nail-pierced hands. I'm more than a conqueror, more than a conqueror, more than a conqueror. That's who I am. More than a conqueror, I'm more than a conqueror, more than a conqueror. That's who I am.
More than a conqueror, indeed. From teaching to ministering, Rondell Positive has dedicated his career to inspiring others through his faith-driven music and impactful community initiatives. A gospel reggae recording artist, mentor, entrepreneur, and co-founder of Purpose Summit International, this man of purpose is known for his positive lyrics and high energy performances. And today we are absolutely honored that he could take time out of his busy schedule to sit with us and take us on his awesome journey that will not fit into 1 hour, but we're definitely going to try. Rondell Positive, good afternoon, welcome, and thank you so much for joining us. Mm-hmm. Well, we're happy for that. Look, I'm saying that we're glad for that. Saying to the listeners that you're wearing red, right? And I realize more time I see, Rondell Positive is always wearing red. Is red your favorite color?
So red is not really my favorite color. Red is a color. I'm a missionary. I'm a man on a mission. So
Mm-hmm.
most times I'm doing missions, like I'm doing mission right now. I wear red because I love wearing red. Red signifies fire, you know, and I'm a carrier of light and fire. So I love wearing red, yeah.
All right, absolutely. I love that. Now, let's kick things off, Rondell, with your foundation. How would you describe your upbringing in Portland and St. Thomas, Jamaica?
So, my upbringing was really a uh, um, Portland experience. I'm from Long Bay, Portland. Grew up in Rural Hill, and then back to Long Bay. Um, Grew up with parents who are Christians from I knew them. So I was born to parents who were Christians and parents who instilled from the get-go, that we carry greatness. From the get-go, they let us know we carry greatness. We're very poor, but you wouldn't know it. We never knew it. I guess back then, um, if you don't meet somebody who have certain things, you would know that you don't have it. So dumpling and butter was a regular thing, and
Mm-hmm.
it was a regular thing, and you never feel any way. You never feel any way, you know. But mommy and daddy always made us feel like we had everything that we needed, and they invested in us just a spirit of excellence and a spirit of knowing that we can make it and knowing that there's more to life than what life always seemed like. So grew up, I think I have some great memories. And when I was 2 years old, I think it has to do with the mission that I've been given to. Because when I was 2 years old, I can remember the election 1980, and I was two.
Oh, wow.
I can remember I can remember a hurricane, a storm, a tropical storm, 1980, and I was two. And those things. When I look back, every time I look back on those things, and I can remember these things vividly, I realize that it had to do with the mission. the mission and stuff. But yeah, mommy and daddy, they invested in us that we were born for greatness and we were born to make an impact. And so I went to Mansion Hill All Age, where I met another person who, or a couple persons who really impacted my life from a very early age. While I was given a lot of trouble because I was considered a troublemaker back then.
No,
But
not Rondell.
no, Rondell was, they used to call me Ron Hell.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they used to call me that. I was serious, but then when I look at it now, I like trouble. What we used to call trouble was no trouble at all, you know.
From no.
But there was my principal, Mrs. Olive Phillips, Mansion Hill All Age, from at 6th grade. Miss Phillips really made an impact in my life. At 5th grade, Miss Panton at the time, I think she's Mrs. Husley now, Gloria Panton. And I don't remember Miss Berry's first name, but Miss Berry at grade 4. So grade 4, grade 5, and grade 6, there were three women who made a tremendous impact in my life because I was given so much trouble that I never really understood the potential that I had, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so these teachers would draw me up some serious ways and say, boy, you have potential, you know. At the time, I don't even know what is potential. Boy, you have potential, you can do great things.
So were they able to help you to transition from Rondell hell during your school years, or did you end up, finishing high school and primary school still not finding your path?
I think when I look back, there was a little nudge, but it didn't really change the path much, but there was a little nudge, you know. And I think some things that happened in my life then might have been things that kind of affected how I perceived, you know. To be frank, I am the last of 4 boys. I'm the last of 4 boys from my parents, and then my brother, who was like my best friend when I was 8 years old, he died at 14.
Oh, wow.
And my life changed then because in my mind, I realized that people die and don't come back, and the people who live afterward will have to choose to live. So I learned that very early.
How old were you when you had that lesson?
8 years old. 8 years old. And so I became very conscious as a 8-year-old. I became very conscious. For example, I made some decisions. For example, I made a decision at age 8 that my children, when I have children, will never travel on the bus, on the public bus, unless they want to travel on the public bus. And that was because one morning I was going to school, and at the time there was one bus, Eastern Queen, that carried us to school, and the bus left me. And I stood up on the road stopping people's vehicle, and if the amount of cars with one person and nobody would give me a drive, go to school, and I said, my children will never take bus. So there was this level of consciousness that I started having at age 8. Fast forward to high school. High school, now there was Mrs. Newfield, who really, really impacted my life because I was still troublemaker. Had the potential, wasn't doing anything in class, started having some bad company, hiding from class, skull class and all them things, you know. That's Titchfield High School, and used to be run at the battery with my friends who are gambling and all them things when I'm supposed to be in class. Until one teacher's day, I loved social studies, and my form teacher was my social studies teacher, Mrs. Newfield. And one teacher's day, because I was getting good grades in social studies, Mrs. Newfield said, Rondell, you are the teacher, teacher's day.
Wow.
You know, and she said, you are the teacher. I can remember it vividly. I actually wore pure white that day, teacher's day. And it was an experience being the teacher in the staff room with the other teachers who taught me, who know that I'm a troublemaker. And, you know, and I never forget Mr. Roper. Mr. Roper said to Mrs. Duville, why you put this boy in this room? Why you put this, you know?
Little did she know that she was planting a seed, because we're going to get to you being in the classroom and teaching. And, you know, you have a couple years, over a decade under your belt. So we're going to get to that a little later on. But that's just awesome. Man. And I see your facial expression. I see you lighting up. I see you literally reliving.
I reliving it. I reliving it. I reliving
moments.
It. You know? And I can remember these people vividly. Miss Clark, that was my math teacher. No, I was never a math student. When I did CXC math, I did basic math, and I got a 3, so that's a -3. Because you get me? But these people really invested in me, and then at the same time, my mother, on the other hand, my mother was the bursar at Fair Prospect. At the time, it was Fair Prospect Secondary. So my mother was the bursar, and mommy identified that I was struggling with some areas. And so what she did was she started figuring out things for me, because in her head, she was saying, this boy will not stay in this house after he leaves school. He's going to college. To be frank, I never even knew where I'm going. I wasn't even interested in going to college or anything like that. And, you know, girls, it's a lot of females that impacted my life, you know. I had a girlfriend at the time at school too that impacted my life. There was this girl that I like, Shelly and Bailey. And the girl said, I remember one day she said, hey, no, the first time I ever say hi to the girl, the girl said, because at that time, going to school, I never used to pay school bus fare, because I used to be like the conductor on the bus. I used to be on the bus step and I run the bus from Long Bay to Port Antonio. Courageous Girl, the bus name. Yo, man, I remember them things, them vivid. Courageous Girl. And I remember one day, I said to the girl, hey, me like you, know. And the girl said, like who? Me not like no bus man, no bus conductor. Me want a real life. The girl was just so straightforward, and the girl said, if you ever wish to say hi to me again, don't ever make me see you on the bus step there again. And I'm like, wow. But then it opened my eyes to a different reality. I was just having fun on bus step and stuff, but it opened my eyes to a different reality that, hey, there's somebody who thinks I can become more than what I think, you know? And so those were just some experiences growing up. And then, so I finished 5th form, played football to ensure that I went on to 6th form. Got 3 subjects. I love English. So I did English in every exam possible, right? And then mommy worked it out that I was doing something called JSC. So I was doing JSC exams, Jamaica Secondary something. But I was doing second JSC exams on the side at my mother's school. And so I got, like, you had to have 5 of those to qualify for a certificate. And so when I ended, I had 5 JSCs and 3 CXCs. And mommy said, you're going to college. You know,
so take us now to college, where, you know, you studied education. At that point, did everything come full circle to still young Rondell Positive? Like, you know, it's almost as if your life was divinely orchestrated, from the female that was your girlfriend to all your female teachers, everyone who played an instrumental role in your life into helping you get on the right track. But talk to us, when you entered into college and you're pursuing this degree now.
No, sir. Rondell is still trouble. Rondell is wholly for trouble still. To be frank, the first day I went to college, the very first day of orientation, I almost create a big war with the seniors and all of those people, because I never knew that So I'm moving to this new place, and so I'm taking everything that I might need. And a friend of mine gave me a nice knife that he took from the US. Unique looking knife. And I placed the knife in my room and with my stuff, and apparently they went into the rooms and they were searching everybody's stuff to see if they have anything like knives or anything. And they take out my knife. And I say, yo, in my room, I don't want nobody in my room and stuff. But, you know, so then, there and then, that started problems with me and senior people at school. You know, how they do what they call grubbing. And then I was one who said, nobody not grub me. I don't take no grubbing from nobody. So that, and then I became friends with some guys who were the guys who promote the parties and the dances and all of that in school now. So straight on party, straight on girl things, straight on until I failed out of college first year.
What?
Yeah, man, failed out of college first year. And so there are so many things I did. Now that I'm looking back, it was a drama. Failed out of college. And my mother said, well, you have to figure it out because you have to go back to college. You're not staying here. You're not staying home. And so found out what I needed to do to resit the exam during the summer. And I resat the exam during the summer. The results never came out until September, the end of September. So I missed 1 month of college in second year. But then I got back in, still never changed. You know, still was just continuing and going through. And I think I started changing a bit. You know, it started becoming better. I became more settled. And because I intended, when I saw that I failed out first year, I intended that it wouldn't happen, that I wouldn't fail out. I intended that I will complete it. So I started making some changes, started changing some of the friends that I had to, and started really rolling with some people that I recognized that they were doing the things that needed to be done. And so I think it was when I was in that year was the first time I met my wife.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I met her. I met her in college. First time I met her. She was a senior. She left college maybe 2 years, I think, before me. And so that's where I met her. And then for second year, third year, I got engaged. I was settled and I was saying, all right, Rondell is changing now, Rondell is looking for life. But the truth is, for my entire life, every time I dated a girl, I was wondering if she's my wife. I guess because I grew up seeing my father and my mother and having, you know, the knowledge that, hey, they kept us steady, you know, and this is how God set it, and this is how they set it. So got engaged in third year, and I'm graduating in 2000, and that never worked out. Let me say that never worked out.
Like the way.
So got engaged, and then for a period looking at life, saying we're going to make life, and then we realized that this relationship not working out, and then I went overseas on a work study program, and I'm going to tell you a little story. I went on this program, and so the girl I was engaged with at the time, her mother said, "Hey, why wouldn't you not run off?" See, because a lot of friends were running off at that time. School program come up and just decide to now go back. But I said, yo, no, my mother and my father are Jamaica and stuff, and I now run off and thing. And so I came back to Jamaica the end of August. And it was a 6 months visa, and I had about 2 months in the passport. And I said, when I got back to Jamaica, said to myself, why me never run off? I said to myself, why me never run off? Because now I came back and I couldn't get a job. And so I say, you know what? As soon as this visa expire, I go and look at visitor's visa. Seriously, no. I had a plan. I had a plan that if I get this visa, I'm going back to foreign and I'm not coming back to Jamaica. And my plan was so dangerous. Let me tell you, when God's hand is on your life, it's a serious thing because my plan was so dangerous. I was planning because I'm a very good baker. I bake things. And I say, all right, I have some friends who, back in the day, we used to bake banana bread with weed.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend used to sell it to tourists when tourists come Jamaica because where I lived was a tourist area. See, I say, all right, watch me. I say, I go foreign and I go open my bakery. But it's a different kind of bakery. So, I mean, serious planning, you know, I said, the first, so I go back at the embassy and them not give me no visa. The lady say, you don't have any ties. The lady say, you don't have any ties. And that was 2001. I go back again because I say, them time I'm serious, you know. I say, I'm serious. My mother don't know them something. My mother ever look. I say, I'm serious. And 2002, no visa. Them say, you still don't have no ties. And I watch God take my life and slowly turn it. At the time, by the way, I was a trained teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was teaching. And how my life started changing, never forget it. At the same time, too, I was a sound system selector at the same time. So I am playing the sound at night. I'm teaching in the morning. And one night I'm at a dance. I love call this youth name because this youth, Bernard Morrison, never forget it. I'm at a dance and I see one of my 6th grade students pat me on my shoulder. Mr. Allen. And I'm saying, wow, 12 o'clock in the night, why a little 6th grade youth is in the same dance that I am at? And it was after that he shared with me what he did. He said, my grandmother don't have the money to send me to school. So when I see these parties and dance, I come and I look bottles and I sell them so that I get money to come school. Very smart youth. And so when I left that door, I started asking myself some questions. I started saying, yo, how am I so strict with these kids at school? Oh, Bernard must look at me now. Because Bernard coming at the dance must hear some of the things when I talk over the mic. And the things that I'm talking over the mic are not for earplay, you know? And so that was when the first time I start think about, hey, I need to change my life. And so that was like 2001, late 2001. And then 2002, so 2001, no, I met up back with my wife. 2001. And I met up back with my wife and we started dating. She was in a relationship and our relationship ended. I was in a relationship and my relationship never ended when I just met up back with her. And then my relationship ended. So her relationship ended and then my relationship ended. And so we started dating. And I said, yo, this look like my wife, you know. So I think we were dating like 2 months. We dated for 2 months. 2 months, and I say, yo, this is my wife, you know. And so I decided that, hey, I'm going to marry this girl. But at the same time, I was still a womanizer. Yeah. And so this girl now, I had this next girl who was living overseas, who decides that she come in Jamaica for summer, and my wife says my fiance says she going to America for summer. And I say, okay, I'm gonna play my last game. And then in the middle of saying I'm gonna play my last game, what happened was everything just blew up in front of me. And so the change got caught.
Okay,
so
okay.
Watch this now. So what happened was, how it all changed was that my fiance found out, and basically me lose everything with me. Me lose my relationship now and stuff. And I went home to talk to my mother. And I never forget it. I got home, my father said, your mother is not at home. If you want to talk to your mother, she's at church. Go to church. So I go to church. Went to church, sat beside my mother. I said, I need to talk to you. And my mother, it was like something take over my mother. And she said, talk to me. She didn't even know what I came about. Mm-hmm. She said, talk to me. You need to talk to God. Only God can solve your problem. And by the time she said that, then our next gentleman, Uncle Ruel Sudu, sat beside me and said, Rondell, you have something to say? Because these are people who knew me from when I was a child.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I don't know. And I remember they stopped church. There are some things that shifted how I see church. They stopped church and they say, Sister Winnie's son seemed to have a problem. And we need to pray. I never tell nobody to pray. I never ask nobody nothing. And so they stopped church and they basically brought me to the podium and give me the mic. And I said, huh? Before they prayed for me, and what I found was that I just started wailing. I couldn't speak, whatever. 13 years later, by the way, I was saying help. And I remember it was 2013. I'm lying in my bed after I produced this lovely song. And the Lord said to me, that was what you were saying, 2002. When you were saying help, I was saying help, save me from myself, protect me from myself. And so my life, so that encounter now, my life changed how? So I remember before I left there, the pastor said to me, he said, Rondell, if you believe that God can fix your situation, he said, don't tell me what is your challenge. He said, but if you believe that God can fix it, he said, by the time you get home, expect it fixed. See? And so I jumped in a taxi and I'm heading back home now. Them times me have a big diamond in my ears and all manner of things. But it's like in the taxi, something take me over too, because I'm saying, I said, God, you're real? I said, if your name God and you're real, show me that you're God. Take out the earring, throw the earring and thing. And I say, show me that you're God. I say, fix my relationship. Show me that you're God. Fix it for me. And I said, for the rest of my life, I am yours. Anything you want me to do, me do it. Hey, I got home.
Mm-hmm.
And my fiance at the time treated me like she cheated on me.
Wow.
You ever say? And I mean, I walk around the house now and I said, no, star, something. What? I said, this God is real for you. I said, what is Lord? I said, serious? I said, serious, just how she treated me. And I remember talking to her about it. And she don't even understand what happened. She can't explain why. And I remember them time the Rondell just a go bus a town, you know. Because them time they know we set up for drop a passa. We set up for drop a passa, me and Rolex and Kira them with Ataflex. Ready for passa now. Because them time they were listening to the people in my passa. And we say, who them? Them not have a clue to this.
Slaughter.
Them not have a clue to this. And let me tell you, it's like 2 weeks before we're supposed to hit Kingston.
Rondell, what we have to hit the cash pot. we have that coming up. You are such an interesting storyteller, but we're gonna go for a quick break. Don't go anywhere. It is Road to Success, and we're journeying with Rondell Positive.
When me use Island Fresh with aloe vera, it make me skin feel so much smoother. So if you want to feel better and smell fresher, use Island Fresh with aloe vera.
Manufactured by Island Products, 934-0666.
The time is...
It is now 12:59. We're standing by. Listen up, your top draw dollars. Pick 2, pick 3, pick 4. Hot pick and cash pot. Lunchtime draws up next.
And thus declares the Lord God Almighty, if my people will not worship and praise me, then I'll rise up sticks and stones. But I won't allow that, Lord. No sticks nor stones.
Your lucky day. Get your tickets out and let the games begin.
Good afternoon. It's Thursday, June 27, 2024. I'm Christina and welcome to this afternoon Supreme Ventures live game draw. Now, before we begin, here's a quick look at our mid-morning winning numbers. All live draws are supervised by the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission and observed by the independent auditing firm PwC. Now let's put some money in your top draw. This afternoon's jackpot is all of $600,000. So here now are your winning top draw numbers. And here we go. Your first winning top draw number for your lunchtime game is lucky number 13. Your second winning top draw number is the number 3. Coming up and down the line now is your third winning top draw number. That's the number 22. Your fourth winning number, what will it be? It's solid number 20. And if you had plans for that $600,000, you're gonna need the number 12. And now let's pick your play with or dollars game. I hope you're feeling lucky. The winning dollars numbers are coming right at you. First up for dollars for your lunchtime game is the number 2. Following that 2 is ball number 22. What's it gonna be next? Here it comes rolling down slowly but surely now is the number 5. And right behind that 5, we have ball number 15. Here comes the number 29. And I do hope you're getting these numbers right, because now bringing us halfway there in our lunchtime dollars game is the number 33. And behind that 33 is the number 3. How are those spots looking so far? Because the number 36 is next. The number 25 follows, as well as, here it comes, that's solid number 30. Following 30 is solid number 10, and let's end our lunchtime dollars game with the number 9. Now, for some easy winnings with our Pick 2 game. Get those tickets out and let's play. Now, your first winning Pick 2 number for your lunchtime game is the number 15. Your second winning Pick 2 number is the number 22. So once again, the winning Pick 2 numbers are 15 and 22. Up next, you can play 3 ways. It's our Pick 3 game. Here we go. Now, your first winning Pick 3 number for your lunchtime game is the number 8. Your second winning Pick 3 number is the number 9. And your third winning Pick 3 number, what will it be? It's also the number 8. So once again, the winning Pick 3 numbers are 8, 9, and 8. Now it's time to turn up your winnings. Get ready for Pick. First winning Pick 4 number is the number 2. Your second winning Pick 4 number is the number 8. Your third winning Pick 4 number for your lunchtime game, what's it gonna be? It's lucky number 7. And your final winning Pick 4 number is the number 9. So once again, the winning Pick 4 numbers are 2, 8, 7, and 9. Now this one, it's easy for win. Let's heat things up with Hot Pick. And here we go, your lunchtime winning Hot Pick number is the number 8. Congratulations to all my Hot Pick winners. Again, the winning number is 8. Now, Cashpot players, you already know that you could win all of $280 for every $10 winning Cashpot bet. Let's get ready to play our Cashpot game for Thursday, June 27, 2024. Now we know you live to play it, but can you win it? Get ready to be a big Cashpot winner. Let's see what your lunchtime winning Cashpot number will be. And your lunchtime winning Cashpot number is Solid number 20. Congratulations to all Cashpot winners. Again, the winning number is 20. Now, let's mega your winnings and good luck. And it is the white ball that has been selected. And now, it's time for the big one, the monster winnings. So keep those tickets out. And here we go. And it is the white ball that has been selected. Now remember to go Mega and Monster 6 times per day for Cashpot for more chances to win big. Again, the winning Cashpot number is 20. The lucky mark is sick person. And for Mega, the white ball was selected for Pick 3, Pick 4, Cashpot, and Hot Pick. And for Monster, the white ball was selected for Cashpot. Now let's take a look at this afternoon's winning numbers. Congratulations to everyone who won. Join us again at 3 p.m. for more games you love to play. I'm Christina. Have a supreme afternoon.
Hope you were a big winner. Play your favorite Supreme Venture 6 times a day at 8:30 a.m., 10:30 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m., 5 p.m., and 8:25 p.m. on this station. Supreme Ventures, making winners every day.
That was the lunchtime top draw dollars, pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, hot pick, and cash pot draws. Congratulations to all of today's winners. Join us again at 3 p.m. for another chance to win in hot pick and cash pot special pot draws. If you're just joining us, we are on the road to success and we're journeying, of course, with none other than Rondell Positive. Now, Rondell, before we went to the cash pot break, you were in the process of telling us about that transition. You were on the brink of blowing up as a secular DJ, Rondell Slaughter, but here it is. God has other plans for you. Now, in the interest of time, I know you're a storyteller. We just cut and go through so we can cover as much as possible because we're not even delving into your 15 years inside the classroom yet. But take us back to that moment because here it is. You're about to blow up as Rondell Slaughter.
So August 6th, 2002, did the first time playing in Kingston, playing East Kingston, Oliver Road. And so the party went on till 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. And then people started traveling from Kingston now to come to Portland on the beach, Winifred Beach to come hear us and thing. 2 weeks or so from that, we were supposed to be playing in Sprague Benz area because of the whole thing. And then the next thing we are hearing is that opportunities for passa and all them things. And that was where God said breaks. Right there, so I said breaks. I won't allow you to go there, you know. And so the Saturday when we were supposed to be playing at Sprague Benz thing was the same week that I had to go to my mother at church during the week before the Saturday. And so I remember it was a Wednesday, and I remember telling Rolex and them guys, and I say, yo, I done enough. I go to church. Because it was just like there was not a long think about it. Because the encounter I had was so real that I just said, oh, I made a commitment that if you fix this, then I will do this. And let me tell you something. I remember, so Ty and I never had a conversation about getting saved. We never had a conversation. So anyway, I said, I go to church this Sunday. And she said, okay, I go to church too, I come. We went to church and we just I decided, without her saying anything to her, I decided that I give my life to God. And she decided that she's giving her life to God. We got saved the same day. We got baptized on the same day. Not the same day that we got saved, but we got baptized together also. And then God just started bringing me back to my entire life and showing me how miraculous he has been in my life since I was a child. My brother that died, I remember one night he died from an accident where he had a kidney problem. and there wasn't any dialysis machines them times. So he would normally, his belly would normally just become very bloated and stuff. And one night that he would pray and him say, God, if you take this water from my belly, then we serve you with my life. And the youth belly just flat down the next morning and the water spread out around. You know? Another time my father had an ulcer eruption, and when they took him, they say him dead, they said daddy dead, and like for 15 minutes them can't find a pulse, and then they find a pulse, and then they send him to KPH to do an operation, and when they check out to do the operation, they ask, why is this man in the hospital? What ulcer are you talking about? Inside of this man is as clean as a new baby. So God started bringing me back to those experiences that, hey, you live the Bible, you know, you have seen the things in the Bible in your own life. And so these things became so real to me, became back so real to me that I started going after God, and I said, well, I need to know now. I don't even need to know church like I want to know you, God, you know? And so change our life, we got life change, and then I just started seeing all the potential that was in me that I was missing. I just started see it exploding. I just started see it start exploding.
How did these changes now impacted Rondell in the classroom as a teacher and the way you communicate and interact with your students at Morant Bay Primary School?
I became the strictest teacher that exists on earth. Serious. I was like, no, make the mistake they want to make. None of you will waste your potential. I became so aware of what Mrs. Phillips was saying when I was 8, 9, 10, when she would say, Rondell Allen, grab a seat, stop wasting your time. You have great potential. I became so aware of that it was like, look here, I will not. So to this day, my students, I would have students' parents want to come to school to have disputes with me because I decide to say, yo, your parents not serious about you, me serious about you, and I go and make sure that you are focused and make sure that you are aligned and make sure that you become. So I was so focused on doing that. I think I began finding purpose. I began seeing that there is so much more potential, you know, there's so much more that can come from each of these individuals that
and
I never
want our
wanted
listeners to know that you're not just all talk. You weren't just feeling these things and wanting to awaken their potential, but you tell us about the Care Here initiative that you started at that school.
So the Care Here that we did back then, because you know, most of the students who were coming to school back then, parents had a difficulty. Even now, parents still have difficulties. But back then, it was you'd have kids who come. I had kids in my class who never had a haircut. Sometimes for 6 months, sometimes for 4 months. You know, and I think that's where I learned the value of a haircut. And it was a youth, some youth, you know, it was a youth who I saw giving so much trouble. And I say, all I'm trying to help you, you don't want any help. So you know what, I'm going to leave you alone. And it was when I started this Care Here thing, one day he came to my door because I used to ask the principal to allow me to get a barber to come and sit in my classroom. And then I would send to the teachers and I would say to them, if you have a student who needs a haircut, send that student. Because I had my barber, Bravo, and a couple others who would say, hey, we will donate the time. Wow. So they would come and they would cut the youth's hair and stuff. And this youth say, he came and said, Mr. Allen, give me a haircut. And I say, yo, I'm not trim no bad man. Because you say you're a bad man, so I'm not trim no bad man. And he would not leave. He was crying and he would not leave. I'm say, you could have cried from now till tomorrow. No bad man. me not trim no bad man. Until him said, Miss Allen, please. And he came into my class and he started telling me the story. And he said, yo, him said, Miss Allen, and me send myself come school. This was a 4th grade at the time.
Wow.
He said, I send myself to school. He says, there's a place that makes bag juice near my house. I go there every evening to work, to get money, to come to school. And so I can't even use the money for pay a barber because I want to come to school. And so that's how that kid was impacted by that. And I spoke to his teacher and I said, no, I told him that because he's saying he's a bad man, I won't give him another haircut. Let's see how it's, and we'll watch that youth life change just by a simple haircut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, in recent times, Jamaica has seen a rise in violence in schools, and with a Bachelor of Science degree in education, and you're over 15 years in the classroom, what strategies do you think is needed to say combat this flare up?
So we did it, we did it, and we did it. We were doing it, and until the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of National Security came to us in 2017, 2018, and myself and my wife and the team that we had, we started something called I Am Purpose school tour, where we had a contract with the Ministry of National Security, going into schools in Montego Bay and the schools in Spanish Town and the schools in Kingston and Clarendon, most of the hot spots. And this was super effective. I'm not asking because we came into the understanding that if the purpose of a thing is not known, abusing that thing is automatic. That thing abuses itself if the purpose of the thing is not known. When purpose is not known, the manufacturer's intent for the thing is not known. And so what happened is that we went into schools and we were seeing tremendous change. We were giving kids a bracelet that says, I am purpose. I'm here on purpose. I'm born for purpose. And we were sharing our stories with them as people who thought that we knew everything when we were their age. And we saw the effects. 2019, Grace Kennedy partnered with us too, and we did it. We did this big thing across the island, and so the answers are there. We know the answers. One of the answers to is that they have stopped teaching the Jamaican who the Jamaican is. They have stopped teaching the Jamaican that the Jamaican is one of the greatest person on earth. Before God and all mankind, I, Rondell alone, pledge the love and loyalty of Rondell's heart, the wisdom and courage of Rondell's mind, the strength and vigor of Rondell's body, and Kishima individually, so that Jamaica may, first step, under God, second step, increase in beauty, third step, fellowship, then prosperity. We have the fellowship problem. We're not under God yet. So we don't teach who we are to these people. And so malfunction is automatic. So we understand that, and that was the message that we started putting to the youths. Hey, we were meeting with the youths who are involved in crime and violence from all over the country, and many of these youths spoke to us and told us, I never knew that I have a purpose. So the reality is that if the purpose of the thing is not told, the person don't know why. We're going to experiment. And so one of the answers is aligning our Jamaicanness to who we really are as a nation. Yeah. I say this ever so often because I'm one of them who I speak straight. I don't go around the bend. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I've said is I was born in 1978, which means that I have had the opportunity to watch Jamaica start over 5 or 6 times already, either by the JLP or the PNP. So I'm not saying man must be PNP and man must be JLP. I'm saying Rondell has seen my nation start over 5 or 6 times already, right? No. What I want to see for my nation is a Jamaican manifesto, a manifesto that is aligned to the purpose of Jamaica, which is written in the National Pledge, that every individual Jamaican can come into the greatness that every individual Jamaican carry. So you see, when we bring that back to school, now the youths are able to embrace that. I'm in the US presently, and I have the opportunity of going into school in the US. Every morning in the US kids say a pledge that says that I, under God, pledge to serve this nation. No, we as Jamaicans, the littlest country, one of the littlest countries on earth, listen to us, so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity. Then do what? Play a part in advancing the welfare, not of Jamaica, but the whole human race. That means every human being that lives on earth, Rondell alone, Kishima alone, makes a commitment that I must see to it that every human being make it in life. Every human being is advanced. That means when we speak that into our kids in the schools and have their mindset seeing beyond just what kind of clothes I wear and who is wearing which bling and whatever. When we get to that place where we can have the people understand the purpose for which we were born in this nation, then we can straighten out crime.
Absolutely. No, we haven't even touched the music yet, and this is where we're going because we have some few minutes remaining. But in an interview, you said official music for you started while you were at the Morant Bay Primary School. Tell us about that.
And like I say, that's why I know that I'm on a mission. So there was a youth, 2005, a youth named Zidane. I never forget his name. Zidane was killed in Mandeville Sunday evening at a football match. There was a drive-by. I went to school Monday talking to my kids. Zidane was 10. Talking to my kids. I'm teaching 10-year-old. And I say, how you guys function, knowing that you can just leave out your house as a 10-year-old and some idle
unforeseen
waste man just drive up and shoot and kill you. And they started sharing, and somehow I started writing what they were saying. And a melody pop. Peace, love, and unity, that's what we need. Peace, love, and unity in each community. And we don't need no more gunshots. Just did over the song for Frankie Music, by the way. So the song, I heard a song. And I called my brethren, Rondell from at the time, C#. And I said, Randy, I found a song. And him said, let me go record it. We went and we recorded it the same day. Recorded it. It wasn't mixed or anything. They gave it to me on a CD. And I was driving in my car. I drove to school and gave it to another teacher to listen. And the teacher came back to me and said, "Are the first me heard of Bob Marley there?" Yeah, the man said the first me ever heard of Bob Marley song to Miss Allen. And I said, what you say?
Wow.
That's what you say. And so that is the start. That was the start of official music. But before that, when I was in high school, I had sung on a concert with Mad Cabra in Manchonil. And I sang some Sanchez song. Because them time they used to call me Sanchez too. Because I used to sing Sanchez song them. I used to sing Mariah Carey song them. Me the big singer, you know. Them time me that the big singer. I have big voice. You know, and then so fast forward, after sound system, what it did was my voice became more raspy and thing. And so that's how that was born out of school. And so why I say, if you remember at the beginning of the interview, I say I hold IRFM at a special place in my heart. Ellis Kelly, when she was at IRFM, was the person who heard this song, the first song, started playing the song, is even where the name Positive came from. Because one day she was playing and somebody tell me, she has said, oh, the teacher man from Marant Bay just so positive and so positive. And it hit my spirit that Rondell Positive is the name. Because I took up the positive and then I found out that there was a positive from Trinidad in the music. And at the time there was the Angel and Angel contention, and I say I don't have no contention, so I say I go name Rondell Positive, and that's how the birth of that.
That is an amazing story. No, Sticks and Stones, Mirror, and so many others, like your songs carry a very strong message. Are you deliberate with the music you create and also how it is presented, delivered, and promoted?
So where the writing of songs are concerned, where the music is concerned, a lot of so every day people are on social media saying, Rondell, we want new music. Rondell, we want new music. But the truth is, what I've found with me and music, I'll get a song that takes 5 years to be written. I'll get a song that takes 10 years to be written. The Mirror actually took 10 years to be written.
Wow. It is an amazing song.
Thank you. But The Mirror took 10 years to be written, and it was written for the time. The Mirror was me at Morant Bay Primary. A girl, they asked me to speak at Girls' Day. I said, what am I going to say? And I heard, you are the change that you want to see. Change begins with you. I did that, and I sang it in a little melody. And then 5 years later, I was called to a high school, Morant Bay High School. And I'm speaking at Morant Bay High School, and a girl comes to me and she says, when I was at primary school, you spoke at Girls' Day. And she said, these are the words that you said. And she said, that day as a sixth grader, I determined that nobody is going to be responsible for anything that concerns me. I am responsible for the changes that I make. A sixth grader told me that when I saw her 5 years later. And she said, and the song that you sang, because I never even remember it. And she said, the song that you sang, it is on the Morant Bay Facebook page. And I went and found it, and it was like, yo, I'm full of goose pimples. I share this with you, And I said, whoa. So that was 2014. So that the first encounter was 2009, and 5 years later, 2014. 2016, I started hearing this melody for The Mirror. And I started putting back the song together. And then I heard nothing more. And it was 2019, exactly like about 3 weeks before COVID pandemic. I heard the fullness of the song. And we went and produced the song and did everything.
2020.
I share with people, COVID-19. So COVID-19 started November 2019 in other places.
Okay.
So the song was completed the middle of November. And then my sister-in-law, Lisa, just came to me one day with a download of the music video. She just came and said, this is the music video, and told me what is the music video. And then we were planning to shoot the music video. The music video was supposed to be shot in the 7 continents, because the song is a song for the world. We are now envisioning how are we going to shoot this video in the 7 continents. And COVID-19 hit, and everywhere lockdown. And then there was an incident with a man called George Floyd in the US. And we started seeing everything that was the video. I promise you. What the video showed was the 7 continents, people coming. People are searching for answers. And they all ended up in this big place where the answer is in the mirror. The answer came right back to you. God was saying, I have given you my image and likeness, and everything that you are calling a problem, I made you and placed you on earth to solve the problem. But here's what it is. If the product stays away from the manufacturer of the product, it will continue to malfunction. So The Mirror is a song that is saying to humanity, you can't fix yourself. You have to tap into what was built into you.
Start there.
Fish was made from water. Plant was made from soil. If you take plant out of soil, even though the plant look green same way, it's slowly dying. If you take the fish out of the water, the fish, even though it's still alive, is slowly dying. humanity, we continue to slowly die because we continue to stay away from our Father.
Wow,
Yeah.
Rondell, look, 2 minutes remaining, but I have to find out from you in terms of new material. Are you working or promoting anything specific at the moment that you want your fans or listeners to look out for?
So we're promoting every song at once. Why are we promoting every song? Let me give you the secret. Every time people read the Bible, they get a new revelation. If you read the Bible, you can read the same thing yesterday, and this morning you read it back this morning, and you get a new revelation. So we're promoting every song because every song is the undiluted word of God. The word, and the Bible say that in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word is God. So more than a conqueror, sticks nor stones. These songs, next year, these songs are 20 years old. But every time we listen to them, they are still new.
Fresh.
Because in my situation that I am, and this is why I don't rush to make the music, because when you rush to make the music, a lot of times the music spend 5 weeks and 6 weeks, and then nobody hears the music again. But the truth is that we are on the verge of doing something big, myself and my family. We're about to launch something called My Patriotic Purpose, which is an online company that seeks to spread the music and spread it through clothing, spread it through everything that is related to sending a message out, you know? And so that's one of the major focus now. The Mirror is still my new song that I'm promoting. The Mirror is still my new song that I'm promoting. Why? Because it's a song that is eternal.
Indeed, it is. And this is, I will definitely close the show with that track for our listeners. But, many celebrities have mastered the art or have not mastered the art of being humble. How important is humility on the road to success?
There's no success without, let me put it this way. The road to, I call it the road to good success, because how it is outlined in the manual is that what we are supposed to have is good success. And therefore, if there's good success, it means that there's success that is not good. So the road to good success is walking in a place where you understand that it's never about you. Mango trees don't eat their own mangoes. See? So it's always about giving the gift and making sure that it's about the next generation and humanity. Make sure that what you do is not, whenever it becomes about you, you have lost it.
Indeed.
Whenever it becomes about you, you have lost it.
Rondell Positive, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for sharing. We absolutely need a part 2, because when I am telling our listeners that we barely scratched the surface as it relates to your journey, like so much more to talk about. Thank you for coming on, being so authentic and so real and candid with your stories and sharing, because I think the takeaway today is that perfection is a myth. You make mistakes, you learn from them, you learn also from your failures, and regardless, just keep progressing.
Appreciate it. I look forward to a part 2.
Indeed. No, lots of messages are coming in for you. This person says, primary strict teacher, bachelor's in science. Whoa, we need him for Tivoli students. Great interview, Kishima. Big up to Rondell Positive, and that's coming from Irie Daughter. This person says, big up to Rondell Positive. It's coming from Ricardo Portius. And this person says, good afternoon, Kish. This man is more than a conqueror indeed. Loving the interview. It's coming from Yellow in Claremont in St. Anne. And Barry back from Glengoff says, good interview, great voice. Bless up yourself, Rondell Positive. And Crazy Glue from Hartford in Portland says, Blessings with prosperity. Bless up to Rondell Positive. Me know him long time, and and me know him mother and him father. Big up yourself, Portland representing today. And Ricochet from Waterhouse. Him say bless up yourself, Queen Kish. The man are more than a conqueror for real. Big him up every time. Big up to Rondell Positive. Just go and spread the word. Another mega out of you with a positive meds. Big up, of course, to Samakan and the Felons Clique in Waterhouse. That's locked in right now, and that one is coming from Ricochet. Big up to the listeners, big up to the people on WhatsApp right now sending in the messages. But this is how we will leave you. This one is titled The Mirror. Rondell Positive.
Answers in the mirror, in the mirror. Oh yeah, say the answers in the mirror, in the mirror. Oh yeah. Are we living in a selfish world with self-centered men, women, boys and girls? Caught in self-pity, seeking self-justice. Every human come subscribe to this. Let's choose to help others, don't be self-serving. Better to give than receive, it's more rewarding. Born to lead in an area of gifting. No excuse, walk in your calling. We are the change that we want to see. We can change the world, but it takes a you and me.
We are the change
that I want to see.
This person says powerful words. They're coming from Rondell Positive.
The answers in the mirror, in the mirror.
This one says Rondell, take them positively out of hell.
The mirror.
Shanga Bang from Spanish Town says, great interview, Queen Kish. Good way to go out with season 8 of Road to Success. I don't like gospel, but I will listen to his music. His songs are very different from the other gospel songs that I have heard. And that's coming from Shanga Bang, the real one. Well, still happy that you're able to tune in and listen and find the inspiration regardless. And this person says, big up to Rondell Positive. I really enjoyed this interview and his testimonies. I mean, so raw and real. I love when him just come and tell the truth and just say it as it is. Because sometimes you have some Christians who from time to time act like them really, really perfect. So I truly appreciate Rondell Positive's testimony. Thank you so much for sharing. And stick and stay. See you on the flip side of this break. When we return, we will play The Mirror again.
Come and enjoy your Wendy's Dave's Classic, our signature square burger, served hot off the grill with the best ingredients.
The time is...
It is now 1:36.
The Development Bank of Jamaica wants to see more businesses, more job creation, and better opportunities for people across Jamaica. That's why, since day one, we've been dedicated to facilitating economic growth and development across all sectors.